Saturday night's main event gave us this SummerSlam match that is the biggest headline coming out of the weekend, in my opinion. And that is Gunther versus Nick Aldis has been made official, ladies and gentlemen, for SummerSlam. And it's been long speculated that would Nick Aldis ever get into a WWE ring? Those of us who are wrestling fans have been following Nick Aldis. We know how good he is. We know what he's done outside of the WWE. But would he ever get into a WWE ring? Well, after last week when Gunther assaulted Nick Aldis on Friday Night SmackDown, we did not see the SmackDown General Manager appear until Saturday night's main event. The stipulation was made that if Gunther and Sammy get the win over Cody and Punk, that Gunther and Sammy would be added to the main event of SummerSlam, but Nick Aldis was there to take care of it, decking Gunther with the WWE Championship, a little scuffle at the SummerSlam kickoff, and Triple H making it official. Nick Aldis will step into the ring coming up at SummerSlam. Now, lots to talk about here. Lots of different ways we could go with this. I do believe this is the biggest headline coming out of Saturday night's main event weekend. We're going to talk about Danhausen. We're going to talk about Roman Reigns. We're going to talk about Cody and Punk. But I do believe that Nick Aldis getting into a WWE ring for the first time is the biggest headline. Why do you think that, Chris? Well, let's just think about the pop that he got in Madison Square Garden when he came out from under the ring, pulled the referee out to cost Gunther the match, and then hit him with the championship belt. If you missed it, go back and listen to the pop, because the pop might be one of the biggest of the night. Yes, Karl Anthony Towns got a big pop, and we're going to talk about that too. But the pop for Nick Aldis was huge. And that means that people remember just who Nick Aldis is and how good that Nick Aldis actually is. You know, on the SummerSlam kickoff show on Sunday, Michael Cole mentioned Nick Aldis returns to the ring. And Gunther, a couple weeks ago, when they first had their little scuffle, said that Nick Aldis was jealous of him because he's a failed wrestler. So the combination of those two things tell me that this is not just a GM getting into the ring. This is not what we saw in 2020 when Adam Pearce, another former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, stepped into the ring in the pandemic with Roman Reigns. This is not going to be that. I do believe this is going to be the true return to form of Nick Aldis. And I'm going to pop another picture up here. Nick Aldis has always been a body guy. He's always looked great. He's always been in fantastic shape. Here he is wrestling Cody Rhodes at All In Chicago. And here's another one. A picture of him wrestling Cody Rhodes in Nashville, Tennessee later that year. I was in attendance. Andy and I talk about this match all the time when we talk about Nick Aldis. So excited for Nick Aldis to get into a WWE ring. City Kitty Live is in the chat. I'm seated for Nick Aldis and Gunther. Okay, you're going to have to explain that to me because, okay, another comment. Your SummerSlam kickoff show was fire with Nick and Gunther. Yes, it was. You're seated. Is that lingo that I'm just not aware of? Because I need to know if you're seated because you're not excited or you're locked in for Aldis and Gunther. That might be just ridiculous on my part that I'm not interpreting what you're saying. All that to say, this is Nick Aldis. It means I'm here for it. Okay, thank you. City Kitty Live is in chat means I'm here for it. Okay, I'm just making sure. Maybe that's just me and just not being up on the lingo. That's my bad. City Kitty's here for it. I am certainly here for it. I know Andy York is here for it. If you're live with us in the chat and you're here for it, let's hear it. Drop it in the chat. How excited are you for Nick Aldis getting into a WWE ring? Because I'll be honest, they said it on Busted Open this morning. This is one of the most intriguing matches in all of SummerSlam. And that comes on a card with Obafemi, Brock Lesnar, Hell in a Cell, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, but Gunther versus Nick Aldis, if done correctly. Now, that is the key. If done correctly, this could be one of the highlights of the entire weekend. Because Nick Aldis is one of the most successful NWA World Heavyweight Champions of all time. Not just in the last 10 years, 15 years, what have you, of all time. Not to mention he resurrected the NWA brand with his reign as champion for over 1,000 days. But he's one of the most successful champions of all time. So again, if done correctly, this could steal the weekend. In a wild way, this could steal the weekend. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, this is probably going to be one and done for Nick Aldis. He's going to get in the ring. He's going to lose to Gunther, and that's going to be that. That may be so, guys. That may be it. But Busted Open also floated a theory around this morning that I want to bring up to your all's attention too. And that being, well, what if this whole feud, not just this match, what if this whole ordeal with Aldis and Gunther has been a test to see how the crowd reacts to Nick Aldis? Let's let them have a little shoving match and let's see where the crowd goes. Okay, let's give them a little more and let's see. Okay, they're responding. Let's make this thing official. Well, what if Aldis is the same way when he gets in the ring? What if right now the plan is for Aldis to get in there, one and done versus Gunther, and then he's done? Can he go back to being general manager? I have no idea. That's for WWE to decide, not me. But maybe it's one and done for Nick Aldis. Or maybe, just maybe, WWE is thinking, let's let the national treasure get in there and let's see how fans respond to him. Let's see how Nick Aldis does. And if he does well, the fans respond, maybe we get a little run out of Nick Aldis. Because I'll tell you right now, Nick Aldis is 39 years old. That is young in today's WWE. That's younger than Cody Rhodes. That's younger than Roman Reigns. That's younger than CM Punk. I'm pretty sure that's younger than Seth Rollins. Guess what? Those are your two main events. So Aldis is nowhere near washed up, ladies and gentlemen. He came to WWE as the general manager coming off of a shoulder injury. Okay? So, to put it into even bigger context, anybody in the live chat want to take a guess? Maybe City Kitty, you want to take a guess? Without looking it up, how old was AJ Styles when he debuted in the WWE in 2016? The Royal Rumble 2016. How old was AJ Styles when he debuted? Think about that. AJ Styles was 40 years young when he debuted in the WWE in 2016. And he got 10 years out of it, people. Nick Aldis is younger than that. So, two different ways, obviously, that we can go with this. Real good chance, I'll tell you right now, there's a real good chance that I think with Gunther and with Aldis, it's going to be a fantastic match. But it's going to be one and done for Nick Aldis. I do think that. But I think there's a really small chance. This is what I'm hoping for. I think it's one and done, but my hope, my heart tells me, man, give Nick Aldis a run. Give him a little bit of a run. Let's see what happens. Let him get in there. Let him wrestle guys like Cody Rhodes. Let him wrestle guys like CM Punk. Come on. Let's see what the national treasure can do in the WWE. Because I'm here for it, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to be great. Next week, We're going to do our prediction show, our official SummerSlam preview show. I just gave you my prediction for the match, but I'll mull it over the next week or so, and maybe I'll tell you how I would book it if it were me. I don't know. Andy York will be back next week, and we'll preview SummerSlam, but Nick Aldis versus Gunther is official for the biggest party of the summer, and man, I'm here for it. I really am. All right, let's move on as we take a swig of Mountain Dew for the working man. I apologize. I am here by myself tonight. If you're just now joining us, welcome to Squared Circle Radio. Me taking a drink live on the air shows you that I am live on the air. And also when I'm live on the air, my headphones have a little short in the cord, and it just went out. There it is. Okay. So again, if you're catching me live on YouTube, this is as real as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. I am holding down the fort by myself, and we're going to do the best that we can do. All right, let's talk about the other big news from the weekend. Got a comment here live in the chat. City Kitty here. I'm going to have to watch some matches with Nick before SummerSlam. All right. I don't know where to watch it, but obviously go find the All-In match with Cody Rhodes. That's from 2018. Later on that year, it's either in late September or early October, 2 out of 3 Falls match, NWA 70th anniversary show from Nashville, Tennessee. Cody Rhodes, Nick Aldis, the rematch. Andy and I were in the building for it. Go check that one out. He has some other incredible matches. I mean, he wrestled Matt Cardona when Cardona was the NWA champion. And he was a mainstay in TNA for a long time, but his best work was done as NWA champion. So, highly recommend those matches. Those are just obviously the two that pop off on the top of my head here.